dear students. Yesterday we learned about some of the properties of materials or substances. We learned about appearance, we learned about hardness and softness. Okay, and we also learned about heavier or lighter materials. Okay, or floating and non-floating materials. Okay, that is, we learned about density. Now today we are going to learn some other properties of materials, that is solubility. The first property that we are going to learn today is solubility. Now before showing or telling you what is solubility, I will show you something. See, I have two tablets with me. These are vitamin tablets. Let us see what happens to them when I put them in water. You see here, can you see? I am putting 1, 2. Both the tablets I have kept in the water. And what is happening to them, you see? They get completely mixed up with water. Can you see them clearly? You see here? From here if you see, you can see that the powder parts, it is getting mixed up. What actually happening is, you know that in liquids, there will be lots of space in between the particles. So the solid which I kept here, it is broken into particles and they are going inside the space, or where the spaces are there in between the liquid and they are occupying it. So when how much space is available, that much space it will occupy. And if there is no space available, then it will stay here down. But here I think the complete 2 tablets got dissolved inside. When they mix completely with water, we say that they are dissolving in water. When they are melting in water and mixing with water, we say, you see here, now there is nothing. Okay, can you see it clearly? There is nothing left, completely mixed with water. So when they completely mix with water, we say that it is dissolved in water, or whatever tablet I kept inside is soluble in water. So what is solubility? Solubility is the ability to mix completely in water. So whatever I kept here, it was a vitamin C tablet, completely got dissolved. Okay. Now, here I have a pebble, a stone like. I am going to keep it inside. What happens to it? Is it mixing? Nothing happens to it. It will remain as it is, because this doesn't dissolve. So it is insoluble in water. So material can be divided into 2 groups, that is soluble in water and insoluble in water. Okay, there are many things which are soluble in water and there are many other things which are not soluble in water. Now some of the solids are soluble in water, some of the liquids are soluble in water, some of the gases are soluble in water. At the same time, there are many solids which are not soluble in water, many gases which are not soluble in water, and many liquids which are not soluble in water. So we divide the things like that, the things which are soluble in water and the things which are not soluble in water. So solubility means the ability to dissolve or mix with water is called solubility. And what is actually happening when they are soluble? You see children, the particles in liquid will be sitting apart from each other. Okay, this way they will be seated. So there is lots of space in between. So when you put the solid inside, what happens? The particles of solid gets separated and they occupy all these positions. Did you understand? So how much space is there in between? They completely occupy that space. So they get a space inside, or they mix nicely with water. So such things which separate the particles and mix with water are called soluble substances, soluble in water. Okay. Now which all things are soluble in water in daily life? um, when you make a juice, you put salt inside water, mix it well. Sugar you put, mix it well. So sugar, salt, and when you try to wash your clothes, what do? We keep soap powder in the water, detergent powder, and mix it well. After sometimes you won't be able to see the soap. Even the soap with which we take bath or wash your clothes, all of them are soluble in water. Okay, they are all solids which are soluble in water. Now you know that animals which are staying in water, they have to breathe. How do they breathe? They breathe the oxygen which is dissolved in water. So oxygen is a gas which can dissolve in water. Similarly, when you go to a soda shop or when you go to a shop and drink the soft drinks like cold drinks when you take this Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up, Sprite, what is it, what all names I don't know, Thumbs Up I think, okay, all these things when you drink, you know what happens when you open it, suddenly it comes up. And even when you drink it from all parts, I don't know, from nose and all, you get some gases coming out. What is that gas, you know? Or how is it prepared, you know? It is simple water with sugar and the essence, whatever, whatever taste you want, whether you want it of Coca-Cola, cocoa taste or orange taste or whatever taste you want, you put it in that, lemon, whatever it is. And then they pass carbon dioxide through it. Okay, so it is aerated. Aerated means air means the gases are filled in this water. That gases are coming out when you shake it well and open it. All that gases along with the water molecules comes out. Okay, so carbon dioxide is dissolved, soluble in water. Oxygen is also soluble in water. Now, there are some liquids which are soluble in water and which are not soluble in water. Which liquids? Very easily, which you can remember. Daily you take milk. Milk is soluble in water. If you take lemon juice, it is soluble in water. You know, some people, they use glycerin. When you get dry skin and all, they use a thick liquid which is called glycerin. When your mummy prepares pickle and all, they use vinegar. All these things are soluble in water. Okay, but there are some liquids which are not soluble in water. For example, if you take a bowl of water and pour 1 or 2 spoons of oil in that, so oil will float because it is not soluble in water. Similarly, kerosene, if you pour in that, that also will not dissolve. So there are some liquids which are mixing with water, has got another name, miscible liquids. What are they called? They are called miscible. The soluble liquids are called miscible. When they combine, they are called miscible liquids. And which do not get dissolved or which do not get combined are called immiscible liquids. So what all things we learned? Solubility. On the basis of solubility, the materials around us can be divided into soluble in water and insoluble in water, 2 groups. Now, soluble salts, solids, if you take think of solids that dissolve in water, sugar, salt, soap, all these are soluble in water. Now, if you think of liquids which are soluble in water are called miscible liquids. The word is miscible. Milk, juices, vinegar, glycerin, all these are miscible. Now, gases which are soluble in water are oxygen and carbon dioxide. Similarly, the things which are not soluble in water, which are not mixing completely with water, are called insoluble substances. Now, insoluble solids are stone, wood, iron, etc. And liquids which are not mixing with water are called immiscible liquids. What are they called? Immiscible liquids. Oil, kerosene, petrol, all these are examples. And gases which are soluble in water are called nitrogen, and examples are there, nitrogen and methane. Now, the next property of material is transparency. What is the word? Transparency. Transparency means the ability to pass light through it, or the ability to show what is there inside. Okay. Now, I'll show you some examples. I'll show you some things. Now, can you tell me what is there inside? Okay, looking at the cover, you may say that there is a mobile phone. Okay, the cover is of a mobile phone. But what is exactly there inside? Can you see? No. I'll show you what is there inside. There is a duster inside. Okay. So why you are not able to see what was there inside? Because this paper does not allow the light to pass through it. Okay, I'll show you the same duster with some other. Now, when I hold like this, do you get some idea about what is there inside? Little bit, not completely. Okay, but if I take another thing, another cover and keep it inside, can you tell me what is there in the cover? Very clearly it is seen there is a book and a duster. What is the reason? This cover allows the light to pass through it, and with the help of that light, they reflect the light back to you, so you are able to see what is there inside. In detail, we will learn in the chapter light. So we have learned that. Again, I'll show you some more thing. Just before I showed you something is there. What is the color of this? Orange color. You are able to see there is an orange color liquid. Okay. And in the other glass, there is a black color, something insoluble stone. Okay. This much you know. Now, can you tell me what is in this bowl? Do you know? No, you cannot. Because it is not showing you what it is. Actually, there is some mustard inside. Okay. Now, can you tell me what is in this glass? No. Because this glass will not allow light to pass through it, and then you can't see it. So, if you look from here, you will be able to, but from here you won't come to know. But what about this glass? You are able to see. Okay. This is made up of steel or a metallic glass, and this is made up of glass. So, glass allow light to pass through it, and this metal or the steel does not allow. So, these are different types of materials. This is a property called transparency. Okay. Now, let us learn it in detail. So, the ability to pass light through it is called transparency. According to the ability to pass light through a material, the materials can be divided into three groups. What are the three groups? Some of them, just now we saw, some of them allow completely to pass through it. That is, light to pass through it completely. Some of them will not allow completely, like this one. This will not allow completely, but it will allow partially. Partially means part of the light will be allowed to pass through it. This is a tissue paper. Okay. I can see the mobile from here, not clearly. But I know that I can find it out. Now, second thing, some of them they allow the light to pass through it completely. They are called transparent objects, through which you will be able to see clearly. Some of them will not allow the light to pass through completely, but they will allow partially to pass through it. And such things are called translucent objects. What is it, the word? Translucent object. Through the translucent objects, you won't be able to see clearly, but you will get an idea. It will allow. See, some children, when they don't know drawing, what they do? They take some tracing paper and keep it on the picture and they trace it, right? In that you won't get the completely clear, exactly clear picture, you won't be able to, but you will get light shadow of that picture, and through that you can draw it. Okay. Now, another type of object is the objects which will not allow light to pass through it at all. Such objects are called opaque objects. Now, when opaque objects are there, see my hand is an opaque object. So, when light passes through it, it will stop the light. So, what happens? A shadow will be seen. Okay. Now, here the light is here. So, you won't be able to see the shadow. I can see the shadow down. Okay. Opposite direction, you will be able to see the shadow. So, according to the ability of passing light through an object, the objects can be divided into three groups. What are the three groups? First group is transparent. What type of materials are called transparent? Materials through which we can see clearly. Why we are able to see clearly? Because this object, transparent objects, allow the light to pass through them completely. Full light, whatever light is coming, it will be allowed to pass through it. Can you give examples? Just now we saw glass, air through which you can see. Air is here, but we can see all the things around us. And then water, if it is pure water, then you will be able to see. Okay. And then some type of plastic, I showed you that cover, polythene covers and all, you can see through it. And then what is the reason why we are able to see? I told you, they allow light to pass through it. Okay, if you see you have plastic pens, use and throw pens, you can see through it, right? So all these are examples of transparent objects. So the next type of materials are translucent materials. Translucent materials are the materials through which we can see partially. Partially means part, only a part, not clearly. Examples are butter paper, tissue paper, muddy water. If you take water and if it is muddy water, you won't be able to see it clearly, but little bit you will be able to see. What is the reason? Translucent objects will allow the light to pass through them only partially, means part of it, not the light completely, only part of light will be allowed to pass through it. Now the next group of objects are opaque objects. Opaque objects are, or the materials are, materials through which we cannot see at all. Now if I keep this in front of my eyes, I won't be able to see the camera. Okay, so this is an opaque object. If I take my book and keep it, can you see me? No, I also cannot see the camera because these all are opaque objects. They won't allow the light to pass through them. Opaque objects blocks the light, and this is the reason why shadows are formed. When opaque objects block the light, shadows are formed. Examples are wood, cardboard, books. There are so many examples. Okay. So now we learned almost all the properties of materials around us. That's all for today. In the next class, we will learn few more concepts from materials around us. Thank you.